I don't know how many dogs worth of serious I'm at this point. Let's just say I'm adamantly serious about this. Like, getting the first comment, I was kind of like, I understand where that's coming from. People try to make this argument to lessen the fucking severity of the disgustingness of the whole subject. They use it all the time. And I don't know why. We can all speculate as to why people would like to in any way lessen the blow of raping children. I'm not declaring that anybody is or isn't anything. I'm just saying, you know, you really gotta think to yourself, why am I so intent on having this argument go my way? I'm intent on having my argument go my way because raping children is bad. It's wrong. All the time. It's bad. Don't do it. Not good. You're destroying lives. Period. End of sentence. There is no room for debate here. But apparently, some people think there's room for debate, and I don't get it. No. I'm drawing a hard line here. I'm drawing a line in the sand. I am not accepting dumb fuckery on this subject. No. All of everything that I've seen today, from responses to today's video, fucking asinine stupidity. You're trying to play games, and worst of all, you're playing games with the lives of children. What kind of asshole do you have to be to come up with a semantic argument to try and in some way make it a more general thing wherein anybody could be at fault, or, it's not that bad, it's just a fetish? Why? What's the purpose of that? What's the point? We can't seriously say we're not fucking around on the subject of child rape. We're not playing games. We're not gonna mince words and fuck around with definitions and, oh, well, this actually... Shove it up your ass. I don't care. How about this? Touching children equals bad idea for everybody involved. Can we just say that? Can we all agree on that at the very least? And have that be the premise under which we're having the argument? And who gives a fuck whether, oh, you're not a pedophile when you rape a child, then you're a child abuser. Oh, you're are you fucking kidding? So we're going to read some of the comments. Today's video. This is actually going to be very funny. I'm going to read every comment. One of you said, nailed that shit, Andy. Hey, you know, former patron of mine, person's been around for a very long time. Good stuff, right? Obviously, this guy's going to agree with me. Not because he's a fan and a former patron, been around for forever, but probably because he agrees that touching children inappropriately is fucking disgusting. He thinks I nailed the argument. Awesome. A reply was given from the original commenter. No, he didn't. That was me he was quoting in the comment section of this video. And he plugs my own video. I'm guessing. Honestly, I don't even know. Let's find out what video he even... Because I always love to do this. Yep, oh, no, it's the same one. Right? You like the video. Right. I actually replied to that response he gave me, but he actually explicitly stated that my response is not going to be read or replied to. Well, apparently I fucking lied. Apparently, there is a degree of stupidity one can reach in which I will actually go against what I have explicitly said just to point and laugh at you, dummy. Let's go on. Another person said, anybody who actually feels sexually attracted to little kids is not just disgusting, but is also very dangerous. Because if that person has a chance, then he will do rape or touch a kid inappropriately. It's just an itch waiting to be scratched, and it will be scratched at one point or another. Now, hey, again, one of the fun things that makes us different from animals is that we have a sense of right and wrong that can keep us from enacting out our basest instincts. Right? I see people all the time that, to be totally honest with you, I wish I could just punch in the fucking nose. Every day, there's somebody I run across, and they just annoy me to the point where I'm like, I wish I could just fucking punch you in the face. But I don't do it. Ever. I've never hit another human being in the face my whole life. We're 39 years in. Right? I made it all through childhood. Right? Adolescence. And I'm pretty decently into adulthood here. Never punched anybody who's annoyed me. It's just never happened. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I'm not that type of person. Right? I can control the base instinct to want to do violence to somebody who's annoying the fuck out of me in favor of doing the right and moral thing of not attacking somebody. And believe me, I've been provoked beyond annoyance. And still, never happened. Right? So, I can't entirely get behind the argument of sooner or later they're going to do it. I just can't. I can't entirely get by that argument. Sorry. But I can understand the feelings behind that argument. This isn't a good thing we're talking about. It's an extremely bad thing we're talking about. And people love to have any excuse to really go after people who may have proclivities they are not acting on and never would. I imagine that there are some people out there who are themselves horrified at the thought of their own attraction to children and would never do such a thing. I'm not in any way trying to say that anybody who has this particular proclivity is in and of itself a bad person. I described pedophilia under the context in which I was referring to it as a gun sitting on a table. Guns themselves are not bad. It's when they're in the hands of unhinged people that they become dangerous. Being attracted to a child in and of itself is not evil. I can go as far as to say that I think it's disgusting. And I have yet to hear a decent argument against that, nevertheless. Yeah, anyways. But I'm not gonna play softball with somebody who's attracted to children. If one of my friends said, I don't know, but for whatever reason, I look at a 4-year-old and I'm like, I'm not going to miss the opportunity to go, you know that's disgusting, right? Yeah, I know. You know, if you ever did that, or if I ever thought you did that, I would have you arrested so fast and you would see me happily on the stand against you. I know. As long as we're clear that you will eternally, as long as you have me as a friend, have somebody who is willing to roll on you and will turn you in, As long as we can understand that as the arrangement of our friendship, we can continue to be friends. And I swear to Christ, if you ever see a little kid and I see you looking at him fucked up, I'm not hanging out with you anymore. Like, sorry. The response to this from the same person who left the original comment. Even if the person is with the arousal/attraction of an amputee, what in the flying fuck does that have to do with a good goddamn thing we're talking about? We're not talking about amputees. You're trying to muddy the waters. Why? Why? Why are you trying to muddy the waters here? We're not talking about amputees. We're not. Why? That was actually me he was quoting from the comment section of this video. And he links my video again. Another person said, I think I could say with clarity, you, sir, have the superior argument here. Somebody who's come to the same conclusion I have. The response to this, wait a minute, it couldn't be from the same exact guy. It is. That was me he was quoting in the comment section of this video. And there it is again. I actually replied to that response he gave me, but he actually explicitly stated that my response is not going to be read or replied to. Another person said, don't worry. If there was ever a hill to die on, this is it. The response to this, weird, so weird. That was me he was quoting in the comment section of this video. And there it is linked again. I actually replied to the response he gave me, but he actually explicitly stated that my response is not going to be read or replied to. Another person said, I completely agree. Children are the only innocents left in the world. The response to this was, that was me he was quoting in the comment section of this video. I actually replied to that response he gave me, but he actually explicitly stated that my response is not going to be read or replied to. Another person responded with a whole bunch of clapping hands. Completely in absolute agreement. Wow, you actually put this better than anyone nice seen, which I imagine is supposed to be I've seen, speak on this so far. The response to this was, that was me he was quoting in the comment section of this video. And then there's a link. I actually replied to the response he gave me, but he actually explicitly stated my response is not going to be read or replied to. Now, I am going to take the moment to reply to this one, because this is a disavowed person. You, person, are not welcome here. You've been told this repeatedly. And yes, I hunt and peck. Go fuck yourself. You, person, are not welcome here. You've been told this repeatedly. Yeah, I'm an asshole. Whatever. Another person said, this is a solid opinion. I just say that if a person has these thoughts, go get help. Therapist, at least, before you ruin anyone's life. I'm going to say anyone's, switching everyone's with anyone's, because it doesn't ruin everybody's life. It just makes things a lot more fucking annoying for everyone. Alright, the response to this was, that was me he was quoting in the comment section of this video. I actually replied to the response he gave me, but he actually explicitly stated that my response is not going to be read or replied to. Another person said, if you haven't already, you need to smoke butt again. It's the only way we're going to get through this horseshit world we live in today with our sanity intact. Light them up now, folks. It's going to be a long year. Now look, it was illegal in my state to smoke marijuana, so I don't do it. Somebody else said, 65-inch TV, I'm shorter than your television. Also, were you planning on doing a vid about the drag kids, Lactatia, and Desmond is amazing? I'll be interested in your point of view. Take care. Look. If you've never been in a drag club before, first of all, I would recommend you go. It's a fun fucking time. Second of all, it isn't the place for children. There you go. All right. There was no response to either of those last two. I didn't skip them because it's getting redundant at this point. They were just, he didn't reply to those. These are actually his specific replies to this video. Why didn't you read my response I gave you? Is it because you have no comeback for it? No. It's because you're not going to say anything new or unique because you have no good argument. You're not going to give me an argument worth... Thanks for quoting me. I never said that I believe that pedophilia isn't a fetish, and I never said I am trying to change your mind about that. I'm going to go as far as to guess that what you meant to put there was, I never said that I believe that pedophilia is a fetish, and I never said that I'm trying to change your mind about that. If you did actually put isn't, no, you didn't say that. I'm saying that. If you put is, yes, you did. Whenever you call it a paraphilia, an odd sexual attraction, that's called a fetish! Like, it's a slang term for paraphilia. Fucking idiot. But you are wrong on the definition of pedophile. I don't care. I don't care how you're defining it. I don't care how Merriam-fucking-Webster defines it. I define a pedophile as somebody who is engaged in the act. Because as far as I'm concerned, that is the definition. Including when you talked about a pedophilia, I'm guessing pedophile, having something got to do with attraction to 15-year-olds. And then he takes the effort to give me proper definitions. Pedophilia. A person who is sexually attracted to prepubescent children. Hebephile. Hebephile. Okay, pedophile, hebephile. A person who is sexually attracted to pubescent children. Ephebophile. A person who is sexually attracted to post-pubescent children. What I see there is either good, gray, and bad, or a sick, disgusting person, a person who's practically attracted to adults, pubescent children. I mean, like when you're talking pubescent children, you're getting into the gray area. Unless you're going under, I don't know, 16. Like, you're getting into the gray area there. So, whatever. And a person who is sexually attracted to post-pubescent children, that's a person who's attracted to adults. You can say adults. It's slang for post-pubescent children. Like, and I don't give a fuck. Bad, gray, good. That's what you've highlighted here. You've given me the strict scientific definition and classifications for good, gray, and bad. How is this in any way fucking different than what I said? I went over all of this. I've addressed all of this. I just didn't use the terms you want? This is your sticking point? You realize I think you're a fucking moron, yes? That this is your sticking point. That you're having a conversation about pedophiles in which you need to have explicit fucking words given? You're an idiot! That's why I don't give a shit about your response because you're playing the semantic game. Did you miss the part also where I said, I'm not playing that game with you? Fucking... Someone else said, I have zero sexual attraction to children. Good on you, man. Have no tolerance for rape. Hey, we're 2 for 2. Can we hit a hat trick? I haven't dated someone younger than I am in 17 years. Well, whatever. And that's when I was 22 and she was 21. Well, whatever. Some guys like older gals. I am not one of those guys, but I don't go that low. There's a certain fucking point. I think I said it was 25. But even then, I'm thinking more now 30. Because, like, even that's risky. Because, like, millennials? Anyways. But I kind of want to debate you on some aspects of this topic. No, there's no debate. I don't think you're addressing the nuances here. There's no nuance. And I addressed all the nuances. I addressed the gray area. I talked about it at length. I gave it its whole own section. And it's strictly regulated by law. There's no nuance. The nuance is strictly regulated by law. There's no debate here. You want to debate law? Find a lawyer. I don't care. I'm not going to debate pedophile fucking law. Anyways. Remember that I also stole your whole no step on snake thing, so I'm not trying to step. Hey, I get it. And this is a person that fucks around a lot. I don't know how serious they are exactly. Because, but nevertheless, there's your debate. There's nothing to debate. The response to this was, there is no nuance. This is somebody completely different. The bottom line is attraction to the underage is an instinct. Humans are remarkably bad. Humans are remarkably bad at overcoming instincts. I don't give a shit how hard someone fights that fight. The end result, if they lose that battle, is a victim. And that is why there is no nuance on this topic. Oh, and someone being 21 when you're 22 isn't younger in the context of this conversation, dude. And then the reply from the original commenter was, it wasn't meant to be, dude. So like I said, this guy fucks around a lot. Perhaps the wrong video to, you know, I don't know. Another person commented, I don't know why I laughed at Triple Dog Serious, but I did. On a serious note, thanks for covering this. Somebody responded to that. Quadruple Dog fucking Serious. It's way more hardcore. I hear you though. And then somebody else responded to that. That was me he was quoting in the comments section of this video. And then a link. I actually replied to that response he gave me, but he actually explicitly stated that my response is not going to be read or replied to. And then, probably the most shocking of all the comments. And yes, this beats, this comment beats hands down fucking the 5 million fucking cut and paste fucking comments. Andy, just one small critique. A pedophile/pedophile is someone who is attracted to children, regardless of whether they've acted on that attraction or not. If they have acted, they are classed as a child abuser/molester. There are child molesters who wouldn't be considered pedophiles, and pedophiles who wouldn't be considered child molesters. The word pedophile just refers to the attraction, not a criminal act, and is in fact considered to be a paraphilia, unusual sexual interest, or fetish. No! Bad! Bad! No! What? What? Did anybody hear the part where I said I'm not playing the fucking semantic game? I used a word, and then I defined it. Did you miss that part too? I said pedophilia, and I defined it as such. When I gave that word a definition, it had that definition. I did this for a reason. I did this so that I could make a 20-minute video about it, or leave a 40-inch fucking comment instead of 15 pages wherein I go through legalese for you. I defined pedophilia as attraction to anybody under the legal age of consent. Now you fuck around with, oh, well, you know, the gray area is actually when you're... I don't care. I defined the word, and then I gave a lecture upon that definition of that word. Fuck around all you want. Use whatever words you want to use. I don't fucking care. I defined it. You're redefining it for fun. I was addressing two specific issues: attraction and action. I don't care what definitions you'd prefer I fucking use. And I'm not gonna go through every goddamn one. I did. Already. Bad. Gray. Good. What are you doing? Why are you fucking around with this? Why do you think this was a valid comment to make? Who cares? The response to this was, you're absolutely right. BTW. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is obviously the original guy. That was me he was quoting in the comment section of this video. I guess I could have just read it, and you'd have guessed it from that. So alright, you've begged, and you've begged, and you've begged, and begged, and begged. And so, I will look at your, what I can only imagine to be, a repetition of the same fucking idiocy that you said before. Non-exclusive pedophiles are less likely to be sex desperate enough to have a strong enough urge to sexually abuse children. So what? What? Okay. That sounds reasonable to me. Non-exclusive pedophiles, which I imagine is a funny way of saying somebody who's generally attracted to adults, because that's right and proper, but every once in a while sees a teenager and thinks they're attractive. Right? Like, or are you saying, you know, my age range goes from 8 to whatever. Like, just fucking banal stupidity. Where's the other fucking comment? I don't even see it. Did you delete it? Did you? Who's calling me? Fuck off. I'm recording a video. Where's the other comment? I don't see your other comment. Where'd it go? Fuck me. I'm actually gonna have to fuck. can find it? Oh my God. Oh yeah, there it is. Not that far now. Alright. Here's what he has to say. How about that? We do that instead. Alright. Here's his comment. This looks to be a doozy with a whole lot of links. A pedophile is someone who has acted upon pedophilia. No, that isn't it. Motherfucker! That is the definition I'm giving for the word when I'm giving the discussion that I'm giving. It is a person who just has pedophilia, which can be an amputee, someone with no arms and no legs can have sexual arousal towards children, which still makes them a pedophile. A pedophile is someone with the mental condition of sexual arousal towards children. He actually linked a fucking Springer art. You've gotta be shitting me. Non-offending pedophiles. I don't know what Springer link is. Current sexual health reports. This is from September 2016, Volume 8, Issue 3. Non-offending pedophiles are a unique population of individuals who experience sexual interest in children, but despite common misperceptions, have neither had sexual contact with a child, nor have accessed illegal child sexual exploitation material. An emerging body of research has examined the prevalence of pedophilic interests, characteristics of non-offending pedophiles. No, fuck you. No, fuck. I dismiss all of this. I dismiss it all. I dismiss that. I'm going to say that all those experts are assholes that are working on some fucking weird agenda. No. You're either a pedophile who's acted upon your pedophilia, or you're a normal fucking person who doesn't fuck children. I'm not fucking around with this shit. No, you're wrong. You're wrong, and I don't care. What's their other fucking dumbass link? Pedophilia. It's the whole psychology today. An ongoing sexual attraction to prepubescent children. Yeah, pedophilia. The action. Pedophilia is considered a fucking no. 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 It isn't a fetish. It isn't an odd sexual fucking attraction. No. Fuck you. It's a sickness. It's a bad thing. Fuck psychology today. Apparently, they don't know what they're talking about either. They're also trying to dice this up into nuance, and there isn't any. Oh my God. The primary prevention of child sexual abuse. Stopping child sexual abuse before it can happen. How about we do this? We don't fuck around with this kind of shit. We don't go, well, you know, a pedophile isn't really somebody that fucks children. It's just somebody that's attracted to. No. A pedophile is somebody who fucks children. I want that word to maintain its severity and meaning in its purest form. That way we can point to pedophiles and say, that's a pedophile. And then we can all know, real quick, that's a person to not let babysit my fucking children. Right? And if somebody says, God, that kid's hot, you need to be able to look at him and go, dude, that's pedophilia. What are you, a pedophile? And they go, no, 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 no. No, I just think that little kid's hot. Sorry, that sounds like a pedophile to me. I'm going to ostracize you because you're bad. I'm not one to generally say that we should be burying our emotional states or hiding who we are, but push it down. Stuff it down. Don't be a pedophile. If you can actually provide me with any dictionary online that defines with pedophilia as someone who has molested a child, please do. I did it! Seriously, I want you to provide with evidence of your definition, and I must make my disclaimer, I am not trying to stir you up. Believe me, fucker, you stirred me the fuck up. I defined it. I did it to be simple. Because I'm not fucking around. Why are you? This is in quotes. Pedophilia in and of itself is a loaded gun sitting on a table. It has the potential to do irreparable harm, but not the capacity to do it on its own. Even if a gun is loaded, it doesn't. But there is no one around whatsoever, then there is... But... Oh my Christ. Even if a gun is loaded, it doesn't. But there is no one around whatsoever, then there is little to no potential, philosophically speaking. Yeah, don't touch kids. Don't be around them. This isn't me talking to you specifically. I'm not casting aspersions here. I don't know why you're having this idiot argument. It's weird, but I'm not prepared to make any claims. But I'm saying to everybody, don't inappropriately touch children. Don't be pedophiles. That way, who cares if the tree makes a noise? Nobody's touching kids. Ah! Right? That's kind of why I used the gun. It is debatable what has potential and what doesn't. And there are questions such as, what does it take for something to be considered not having potential? But not all pedophiles are struggling with desires / urges / temptations to sexually abuse children. Well, then they aren't pedophiles, are they? Therefore, not all pedophiles actually have tendencies or potential to molest children. Yeah, well, you know, I really thought the idea of ass sex would be fantastic until I tried it, and then I was a buttfucker. So... I certainly had the tendency, and I certainly wanted to do it. And once I did it, I thought it was great. So, like, I definitely had the potential to fuck bitches in the ass. I did. High potential. And sure as shit, I acted on it. Obviously, it was all consensual. Nevertheless... all pedophiles are people who have raped children. That's how I'm defining it. You can fuck around with it all you want, but I told you in the beginning, I'm not playing these semantic fucking games. It is possible to have an attraction or an instinct, but not actually be struggling with compulsion. Not every human is a sex-deprived / desperate person. More Psychology Today, 7 surprising facts about our sexual fantasy. Do any of these even apply? There's one person who is more likely to appear in your sex fantasies than anyone else, your current romantic partner. That's not always the case. Having a threesome was the most popular sexual fantasy, but not everyone pictures the same thing when they think about a threesome. Fair enough. While having a threesome was the most popular fantasy, it was also the fantasy that was least likely to turn out well when people acted on it. Yeah, no shit. Most of us fantasize about changing ourselves in some way in our sex fantasies, whether it's our general appearance, our body, our age, or our personality, whatever. Men and women have a lot in common when it comes to their sex fantasies. Fair enough. We all like fucking. The vast majority of people, more than 3/4, said they want to act on their biggest sexual fantasy of all time. However, relatively few, less than 1/3, have actually done it. Now, there's a degree of, can you pull it off? I would love to have like 20 girls. My biggest sexual fantasy of all time is a gangbang of 20 women and me. 20 women just gangbanging the fuck out of me. But I've never actually done it. Probably because it's awfully difficult to get 20 women in the same room willing to fuck me at the same time. So there's a little bit of nuance to that at the very least. If that's what you're trying to say is your argument here, I don't know. For the most part, people who acted on their favorite sex fantasies reported that things turned out well. Boy, I hope that isn't your argument. But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Oh, we got a video. Our secret fantasies from the school of life. Well, not watch it. Another video. What is this?
This thing I can
It's the sexplanations chicks. Dr. Doe. I love Dr. Doe. But I don't always agree with Dr. Doe. But it wasn't her talking about pedophilia, it was her talking about fantasies. Your questions to pedophiles answered. If you're attracted to children, that's pedophilia. If you fuck children, you're a pedophile. It's bad. Don't do it. Hey. So earlier in July 2018, I came across a tweet that piqued my interest. Oh, of course it was from Twitter. Brace yourselves for what you're about to read. I will be interviewing a self-identified pedophile. I am letting you know, so if you have questions you'd like me to ask, comment them down below. One note, let's make these questions productive and investigative, not just insults. Does this person believe their urges are natural? Whatever, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they're natural or not. Do they think that their urges are something that should be normalized, like how the map people in your Tumblr series think? I don't get that reference. But yeah, I'm sure that they think it should be normalized. And you want to know what I think is part of the process? Fucking around with this shit. How about we not do it? Would this person act on their desires if given the opportunity? How good is that opportunity, I imagine? Do they think they'll get away with it? I imagine if they think they'll get away with it, they're going to fuck that kid. What age does this person draw? But I imagine in an interview, they'll probably say, oh no. What age does this person draw the line on physical intimacy? Oh, dude, yeah, fuck it, yeah. Alright, whatever. I've been defending pedophiles on the internet, of course you have, not just YouTube, for 4 years now. Not to be provocative, but I am ready to answer any objection you may have. I don't fucking have any objection other than, why are you defending pedophiles? That's my objective. Why? Why do you think that this is a thing that should be defended? Right? Like, if you have an unhealthy attractive to a child, don't act on it, don't talk about it, except with a therapist. And then guess what? Magically, just like that, you don't need defending. It isn't that tough. I don't tell everybody about how I want to punch them in the fucking face when I want to punch them in the fucking face. I don't want people to think that I'm a violent person. Because my record would show I'm not a violent person. I'd say 39 years of not being violent to people is pretty good. But everybody wants to hit people from time to time. But I don't talk about it because it's an unhealthy thought. It doesn't progress us anywhere. What are you doing? The age of consent in my state is 16. Oh, thanks for saying it's the same here in the state of New South Wales in Australia. Okay, whatever. I'll pray for you. You better not be speaking of the God of Christianity because he doesn't exist, at least as described in the Bible. These 3 YouTube channels will help you understand why I feel... Dude, I don't give a fuck why you feel that way. I really don't. But I am interested to see who you've... Dark Matter 2525. God's political compass. I've heard all these arguments, and my argument against it is I have faith because it costs me nothing, and it's helped me in my life. I can honestly say that it's helped me in my life. And if you... Who is this? Underlings. I don't know who the fuck this is either. The case for an evil God. Biblical evidence proving that God is evil. Okay, whatever. Dude. Ignorant motherfucking people. Prof. Mitch. Brief Bible Blunders. Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Jesus was not the Messiah. Oh, so this guy's just Jewish. Yeah, alright, look. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to subscribe to all 3 of these channels. Same as I have subscribed to Riley. Same as I am subscribed to Cat Black. CNN. When I get bored, I'm going to fuck with those people and prove them wrong. Because that's what I love to do. 100% of children who are raped are terribly damaged mentally for the remainder of their lives. This is not my opinion. This is objective fucking fact. The data is in. The subjects have been counted. There really isn't one we are missing. And even if there is, I absolutely agree. But the majority of child molesters aren't even pedophiles. Which... I would like to refer you to the point that I made wherein I stated that the act of pedophilia, when you're turning from somebody who's got pedophilia, like people have AIDS, you know, and you become a pedophile, wherein you have now cross that bridge. I did state that it isn't a sexual thing. It's a dominance thing. Did you miss that part too, or did you just not care to fucking address it? Because, yeah, child molesters, yeah, they're pedophiles too. I give it all one big blanket fucking term. If you're fucking around with children inappropriately, you're a pedophile. At least in the context of what I'm saying here, I'm giving it definition. My definition may not jive with all of yours, but I don't care about any of yours. It's my definition that matters to me when I'm giving this argument. Because I'm not dicing it up into all sorts of goofy shit. So there you go. I've answered your fucking comment. Now, you can take this as my annoying thing to you. Why don't you answer this one question for me? Why is it you've taken up this fight?